afternoon. It's my honor and privilege to welcome you to the BW Government World and BW Smart Cities dialogue. Today, we're going to talk to Mr. Naveen Kumar Agarwal, who is the National Director for the Swachh Bharat Mission and somebody who's at the apex of policy making and policy implementation when it comes to such an important issue. And again, the Swachh Bharat Mission is not just about Swachhta, it's about change of mindset, it's about health, it's about increasing tourism in the country. If we are Swachh Bharat, it has implications, positive implications that impact so many dimensions of the country. So let me welcome Mr. Naveen Kumar Agarwal to this BW Smart Cities and BW Government World dialogue. Welcome, Mr. Naveen Kumar Agarwal, and thank you so much for joining us. First of all, we'd like to start by asking you, how have been the last 11 and a half months for you, both personally and professionally?
Thank you, Batra Saab, giving me opportunity. As today is the 8th March, is the International Women Day. So I congratulate and give best wishes for all the women workers working in your area and working in my area in urban local bodies, where we are doing mammoth tasks in last 11 and half months during COVID period. So as the lockdown was started, announced by the government, we have came into action, and it's not like that we are not locked down even for a single day. So we have asked our urban local bodies to activate their team accordingly, and we have asked our urban local bodies to segregate this quarantine waste and treat as a hazardous waste. So it should be collected in a yellow bag. It should be transported separately, and then all the waste will be incinerated, like masks, face masks, personal protective equipments, and etc. That guidelines have been issued. And had it this Swachh Bharat mission was not in place, because in this Swachh Bharat mission we have progressed, like door-to-door collection is 97% in all the wards. So if the Swachh Bharat mission was not in the place, so you can very well imagine that what will be the condition, because we have old age people, we have vulnerable people in the society, and they have to come out and to put their garbage at a central location. So in that way, Swachh Bharat mission played a very well role, and it's our chance and luck that we have not infected with the corona very much, but the situation could have been worse. So last 11 and a half months was very challenging, and we have done our bit of response to the society.
Okay, well, let me ask you, what has changed between last March and this March? What has COVID brought us, both challenges and opportunities, in terms of the Swachh Bharat mission?
So in the COVID period, nothing, as far as our duty is concerned, nothing has been changed. We have done whatever we are getting progress in Swachh Bharat mission. We have done that, and after, as far as the way of working of citizens has changed tremendously, and now the working from home culture has been come up. So even the people are residing in the big cities, they are residing in their home during the weekdays also. So in that way, the role of municipality has changed slightly. But as far as government working and particularly the mission working of Swachh Bharat mission concerned, nothing has been changed. And we have come with a journey of 6.5 years. And that journey not very much impacted during this 11 and a half months.
Okay. Let me also ask you, work from anywhere, I won't say work from home, work from anywhere, remote working, contactless has become, every profession has become contactless. Even your, but how you clean, the Swachh Bharat mission has to be reimagining itself, but some of the aspects of it are not changeable. We may use, masks, we may use sanitization, we may use social distancing, but the fact is the Swachh Bharat mission has to continue some of the things that it did pre-COVID. So give us a sense of when you're envisaging a new way of working, which takes the best of the past and also adds new thinking. What are those?
So there are two aspects of this Swachh Bharat mission working is concerned. First is the open defecation. So the slums area in the urban area, which are very prone to open defecation, that during pre-COVID area we have get much success in that we have tried to eliminate the open defecation in slums area. So in those areas where community toilet were there, so in that community toilet the level of hygiene is to be improved during Corona period, because there are multiple users of that community toilets. So in that way we have come out with the SOPs, standing operating procedures, for how to maintain the community toilet, and simultaneously the public toilet maintenance also have been kept in mind while dealing with the Corona. The second aspect is this management of solid waste. In that aspect, the source segregation and the segregation of waste is getting importance now after the Corona, because the waste might be of hazardous type, the waste might be of wet type or dry type. If we segregate that, then the disposal is very easy. And when we are getting the things door to door collected, this waste, then our man is there at each household every day. So we are persuading each household to segregate the waste, and then this waste is being transported, and it has to be scientifically processed. So in that way, there are some aspects which have been slightly modified as far as execution of Swachh Bharat mission is concerned.
Fantastic. At this point, let me get in my colleague, senior editorial colleague, Ms. Poulami Chakraborty, into the conversation. Poulami, you would like to ask Mr. Naveen Kumar Agarwal the next set of questions.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I will take it up from here. Some of the very important questions that we must be focusing on in this era of COVID. Have you observed any changes in the mindset or the habits of people about sanitation or about healthcare or the self-care as a whole?
So, just like I said earlier also, not much has been changed in during Corona and after that Corona. But one thing we are noticing, that the use of disposable has been increased, because people will not like to use the other person's utensils, other person's used things. So in that way, in last 4 to 5 years, that we have emphasized on use of steel utensils or use of recyclable things. But during COVID period, disposables have been increased, and disposable of mask type of thing, personal protective equipments like PPE suits, they are the new waste which has been created during COVID. So, and this will be in it will be a continuous practice, I suppose, for next 4-5 years or beyond that also. So, separate stream for this disposables. Because it is a hazardous waste. So in that way, people are changing. Otherwise, more or less, and the solid waste which is earlier used to be in offices, now it is in home or it is anywhere else. As Mr. Batra has said, that working from everywhere, anywhere. So the waste is now instead of having in offices, now it is being done in homes and other things. So in that way, the things have been changed as far as this solid waste management issues are concerned.
Okay, the government has come out with various initiatives to stop the practice of hazardous cleaning by scaling mechanical solutions for urban sanitation. So, will you be able to elaborate to us on more such various initiatives?
Yeah, sure. Actually, there is a act that is called the Manual Screening Act in a short term. Otherwise, it's a preventive and this Manual Screening and the Rehabilitation Act 2013. There are two things I want to tell in your forum, and I want to take advantage of that also. So there are two things. One, the first is the manual scavenging, and that is totally prohibited. जो सर पे मेला ढोने वाले लोग थे या directly or indirectly touching with the fecal material, that has been banned and that is punishable also. So this is the one aspect of that act. The second is the cleaning of sewer and septic tank. So cleaning of sewer and septic tank is sometimes necessary because of engineering problems come inside this septic tank or sewer machines, sewer lines, where the automatic solution doesn't work. So people have to go inside and make those things working for the smooth working of sewer and septic tank. So that is not banned as such, but the hazardous cleaning is banned. Hazardous cleaning means that you are not knowing how to enter this. You are not going with the unsafe. You are not wearing the protective equipments. You doesn't have the automated tools with you, and you doesn't know the things. Then if you are entering in this septic or sewer lines, and supposedly something bad occurred or something unfortunate occurred, and people are dying, because in last 3 years 240 people have died. So this is called hazardous cleaning, and this is banned. So going inside and doing the cleaning with all the protective equipments and all the knowledge, know-how is not banned as such. But if you are going inside without these things, then it's a ban, and there is a strict laws against them in the same act. So if you do the crime once, you will have either 2 years of jail or 2 lakhs of 2 lakhs of fine, or both at the first time, and at the second instance you will get 5 years of jail and 5 lakhs of fine, and both also. So in that way, and this is not bailable also, it's a cognizable offense, and you will be summarily charged for that, and the things can go against you. So as far as the person who is entering into the sewer and septic tank, he is also accused, and the government or the person household who is getting them enter, this is also punishable offense for them also. So in both the parties, they are and it is a non-bailable. So hazardous cleaning is as such is a banned activity in this manual screening 2013. So what we have done that since 240 people have already been died and the practice is being continued in the country, so we have come out with a Safai Mitra Suraksha challenge. So in that challenge, we are hoping that this activity will be.
When we talk about these initiatives by the government, how have these initiatives been more successful in enhancing urban sanitization than the ones that were already present?
So you are talking about the Safai Mitra Suraksha challenge. We have taken a multi-pronged approach in dealing with this hazardous cleaning. The first thing is that we have created a 24/7 helpline number. The Department of Telecommunication has given the 14420 number as a helpline number, and there are out of 246 cities in which this Safai Mitra Suraksha challenge has been launched and has been accepted by these cities. About more than 190 cities have already connect with this helpline number, and they are solving the problems or day-to-day problems of citizens. So this is the one aspect. The second aspect is the IEC. We have developed a collaterals, and we ask our urban local bodies to spread this challenge among all the household, all the colonies where these vulnerable people resides, like Kachi Basti slums, where these people come from, and they are forced to enter into this sewer and septic tank. So in that way, we are creating IEC among them. And the other thing is that we are training our informal and formal workers. So more than 2,000 people have already been trained in this type, that how to this cleaning has been done, how to use the equipment. So we are helping of other local bodies. We are identifying those informal workers and trying to train them. So this is the one aspect. The other thing, we want to make the informal workers as entrepreneurs. So in that we ask local manufacturers to give them machines on loan basis. So we are now so these are the things we are going for this, making successful this Safai Mitra Suraksha challenge. So it will change the picture.
Sir, when we talk about this challenge, will it not pose an employment challenge for all the sanitization workers that are already employed? How is this challenge being tackled now?
No, it's not like that they will lose the opportunity. It is like other way, because the informal workers are already in the picture, and they are doing day to day this type of services. We are making them entrepreneur. So what we have done, we have tied up with the channel partner banks with us, and we have requested our sister ministry, National Safai Karmachari Development Corporation, they are giving loan at a very cheaper rate, say 4%, and they have even rebate for women informal workers also. So and the manufacturers are also there, and the ULBs are giving them assured work also. So in that way, if the municipality giving them informal work as assured work, and they are able to take the equipment from the local manufacturers and make the things work, so it will rather opportunity for making developing them as an entrepreneur, and further they will employ other people to in this business, and this business will be formalized in due course of time.
So did the opportunities look brighter for all the stakeholders in the second phase of Swachh Bharat?
Yeah, sure. In the second phase of Swachh Bharat, what we are doing is that apart from all the things we are doing in last 5 or 6 years, we are adding one more component of wastewater management also. So in the next 5 years, we are also funding. Central government will also funding the projects related to wastewater management. So I suppose safely suppose that the next phase of Swachh Bharat Mission will also enhance the opportunities for employment.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for your time today. This was Mr. Naveen Kumar Agarwal. I'll take your leave for the day, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.